Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve the Breach coming to you here with a video. Sting did an interview with WWE.com today trying to give a little bit of insight on what is going on with Sting days after Night of Champions, whether he was injured, what is going to be going on with him in the future with WWE, have we seen the last of Sting, and I really liked the fact that WWE.com would go out and try to make sure that everyone got an update on Sting. I think definitely the two appearances that Sting has made, I think he has really knocked the ball out of the park. I think he's really met expectations of what WWE was looking for, whether if it was a match against Triple H, and sort of highlighting the Monday Night Wars and giving somebody a sort of a exclamation point to the bookend of, WCW versus WWE might not have happened the way that it would have, but, we actually got to see the DX versus NWO showdown. And I think it really met everything that they were going to. Now, this time, having Sting have a WWE Championship match actually being in the main event of the Night of Champions pay-per-view sort of puts Sting in a different light. This is the match that he really had to deliver in, and definitely the execution of Sting, whether if it was him showing up and stealing Seth Rollins' statue, or him throwing Seth Rollins' statue into the trash, or, him showing up to the match. I think that there was definitely a buzz around WWE at this point, whether if it was, people coming back from the past who don't watch wrestling anymore that were big fans of WCW or WCW Nitro. I never really heard from Jem if he was excited from this match or not. He doesn't make a lot of videos on current wrestling unless it's sort of like WrestleMania 31. It was something that he was going to see. Never really saw him tweet about it that much, but he was the one guy that was sort of in my mind whenever I was thinking about Sting making his return to WWE and being in a championship match, seeing if he can win one for good old Team WCW, seeing how a lot of people think that WWE always finds a way to stick it to WCW, whether if it's in like the Monday Night War DVD that came out back in the day, or any of the WCW DVDs or any of the documentaries that they've ever done. They always try to retell their side of the story of the Monday Night War, and just they don't really put it the way that it should be put. But in this, basically Sting says that the injury that he occurred is just the numbness in his arms, and that goes down to his fingertips. And during the match, after the second pile driver, or is it a power? No, it's more like a power bomb, I guess, because the pile driver is just like a tombstone deal. The pile driver, I messed it up again. The power bomb into the corner that Rollins delivers in a lot of his matches. Sting ended up taking that match twice. He suffered, the only thing you can really say to it as is whiplash into the corner in the first, after the first one. And the second time they went to go do the same move again, and as Sting was flying through the air, his thought was, this can't be as worse as the first time. And the only thing he said was that it was. Sting says in the article that he doesn't know what's going to happen from here on in his career. He's asked if he would ever get into the ring again and wrestle another match. To that, he says that in the right scenario, that he would want to do it. I know that there's a lot of talk out there that WWE might have thought of giving us Undertaker versus Sting, seeing how Sting really has been. He's really been, hitting it out of the park. Like I said earlier, he's met everything they've ever asked him to. I think that he's actually been more over than they thought he was going to be. They're doing Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at Hell in the Cell instead of waiting all the way until WrestleMania, which a lot of people are thinking that means that opens Undertaker up to having another match. And who really is there for Undertaker to have a match with other than Sting? So we'll have to see. Honestly, in my opinion, I know there's been lots of talk that older guys getting in the ring and getting injured, sort of really scares WWE, and they don't want to see him get really, really hurt inside of their ring. And I wouldn't be surprised if this actually is the last we see of Sting actually wrestling in a physical match. I think that maybe WWE was trying to do Sting versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, trying to give in to a lot of the people wanting to have this match. But I'm not sure anymore. I just don't think that they're going to want to put Sting into the ring anymore. Maybe he comes out there, he does appearances on Monday Night Raw. Maybe they find a way to make him a GM authority figure. But we'll have to see what the future of Sting is from here on out.